Once you know, you're on a time clock. It's about how do I make this transition from we're talking to we're no longer talking? Like how do I even start the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So if I were in your shoes, right, in your DMs or whatever, and I was having to help you craft this conversation, as soon as you know that this person is no longer a person you're interested in dating, right? When that option is off the table, and hopefully, you've thought it through and like you've taken some time to evaluate that, but once you know and you feel it in your gut and you just know it's not going to go anywhere, you do not have interest anymore in evaluating this person to date. You are obligated to tell them soon after that. Like, I'm just going to put that on you. Once you know, you're on a time clock, and you don't have to rush to tell them that very second, but you need to tell them sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to get worse the longer you let it linger.
Yeah.
And you're going to just like,
honestly, by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Or by the end of the calendar week.
Yeah, because you're going to build up anxiety about it, and it's going to become a bigger deal than it needs to be.
And then you start avoiding because you don't know how to say it, and it's going to become this pattern of the person picking up like, hey, what's wrong with me?
Right. Rip off the Band-Aid,
Yep.
right? We know it's uncomfortable. We're going to just lean into the discomfort and have the conversation. When you have the conversation, it's okay to be upfront about it.
Yep.
Like, hey, this might be a bit of a difficult conversation. It's okay. And I know that I'm going to be giving a piece of feedback to someone that they might hear and be, have like negative feelings around. Sometimes I like to prepare them. Like, hey, I need to tell you something that might be a little bit hard to hear, but I value, our work together. I value you as a person, or I respect you a lot as my, brother in Christ. And I want to make sure that you hear what I have to say, because I think it's important. It's okay to frame it as, hey, this might be a little bit hard, but I need to have a conversation with you.
And it also sets the expectation. Again, clear communication is key. Because I think sometimes what ends up happening when you're going into a hard conversation, some people say like jokes to try to lighten the mood, and they try to sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this person's going into this conversation like not knowing where this conversation is supposed to go, and then you didn't drop a bomb, and they're like, wait a second, is this sarcasm or is it what's going on?
Right.
So I think setting it from the very beginning is massive.